Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the English news of Binh Phuoc radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Ngọc Thủy presenting you top story as usual. Binh Phuoc at implementing resolution on digital transformation. Binh Phuoc had ample space for every tourism development. Prime Minister emphasizes training of high-quality human resources for agriculture. Hạ Long Bay listed among 10 most beautiful places in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, to realize a resolution from the Binh Phuoc Party Committee on Digital Transformation, the Committee Commission for Information and Education has taken the pioneering role in the application of the information technology (IT), viewing it as the breakthrough in carrying out tasks and improving the quality and effectiveness of communication.
Since 2021, the information and education sector in Binh Phuoc has held more than 180 online conferences at all levels, attended by over 100,000 people. The online events provided participants with information and saved on time and cost while ensuring quality. The most prominent advantage of online gatherings is that all tasks across multiple sectors are rolled out simultaneously instead of for different levels under different schedules. This helps save time and travel costs for officials, party members, and presenters compared to in-person events.
Agri-tourism using available natural resources has been growing over recent years, bringing in high economic value. The direct engagement of farmers have created diverse attraction among local tourism products.
Rural areas boast diverse resources and hold various advantages for tourism development. With its strengths in farming, Binh Phuoc holds potential in rural tourism, such as community-based ecotourism at ARCAS and tours to experience high-tech agriculture in growing organic vegetables, orchards, ornamental trees, cashew, coffee, and rubber. Agri-tourism development also contributes to creating new tourism products with a high competitive edge, attract tourists, and maintains the advantages and values in agriculture held by rural areas and farmers. It also aims to raise the earnings of farmers amid a decline in farming land, which is in line with orientations to shift from agricultural production to the overall rural economy.
The women's unions in Truyền and Lộc Ninh districts recently held a program in Lộc Thạnh commune in Lộc Ninh to support women in border regions.
At the program, the Women's Union at all levels called on members and people in Lộc Thạnh to continue complying with COVID-19 prevention and control measures and to receive booster shots so as to protect their own health and create herd immunity, and to actively join immunization campaigns in the locality. The Women's Union in Truyền and its affiliates presented 40 gifts and 500 chickens worth 30 million Vietnam đồng to the families of disadvantaged women. The aid is hoped to offer support and the opportunity for beneficiaries to surmount difficulties and stabilize their lives. On the occasion, the Women's Union in Truyền visited the command of the Liberation Army of South Vietnam National Special Relic Site, the Ta Thiep military base in Lộc Ninh district, to bolster members' pride and gratitude to heroes who laid down their lives for national protection.
Now let's take a look at the top story around the country. General Secretary Binh Phuoc chaired the 22nd meeting of the Central Steering Committee for Corruption and Negative Phenomena Prevention and Controls in Hanoi on August 17.
Party General Secretary Binh Phuoc has called for work to be accelerated to perfect the party and political systems, socio-economic management, and the fight against corruption and negative behaviors. He ordered the investigation, prosecution, and trial of cases under the watch of the committee, striving to finish investigating 14 cases, prosecuting 20 others, holding first instance trials for 25 cases and appeal trials for 5 others later this year. He said the quality and efficiencies of inspections, supervisions, and audits must be improved, focusing on fields of public concerns and pros to negativity. He said it's necessary to continue improving the efficiencies of awareness campaigns among personnel, party members, and people about integrity and anti-corruption. He called for drastic and synchronous changes in combating corruption and negative behavior from the grassroots levels.
Branch Minister Phạm Minh Chính reaffirmed the importance of developing high-quality human resources for agriculture while attending an innovation events and job fairs of the Vietnam National University of Agriculture VNUA in Hanoi on August 17.
The government leader visited an exhibition of scientific and technological models and products by the university's businesses and partners. In his remarks, Prime Minister Chính affirmed that agriculture is an advantage of Vietnam and agricultural development is one of the essential tasks in the country's socio-economic development strategy. He highlighted the party and state's attention to developing high-quality human resources for agriculture, as well as startup and innovation. Prime Minister Chính asked the university and other establishments of higher education to align their curricular and training methodology with the reality, while continuously improving training and scientific research quality to better meet the market's demand. He called for the development of an innovation ecosystem and further encouragement of students' entrepreneurship, adding that students should equip themselves with professional and social knowledge and skills to adapt to an open and competitive market.
Regulators, civil society organizations, and the private sector put forth various recommendations to strengthen financial resources to promote gender equality in Vietnam during a conference in Hanoi on August 17.
They suggested ways to apply gender-responsible budgeting, ensure that the needs of women, men, and others are fully considered throughout the budget cycle, and reinforce supervisions by the communities, such as civil organizations and people, over public investment budget allocation from a gender perspective. The Conference on Strengthening Financial Resources to Advance Gender Equality in Vietnam was held by the Ministry of Planning and Investment, the Institute for Development and Community Health, in collaboration with the UN Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women under the UN Joint Program for supporting Vietnam towards the 2030 Integrated Finance Strategy for accelerating the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals. The conference focused discussion on the roles that stakeholders, including the private sectors and civil society organizations, play in enhancing financial resources for gender equality, as well as challenges facing the process.
8 Vietnamese handicrafts exporters are introducing their products at the annual exhibition that is underway in New York, the United States, with the participation of about 950 businesses from 35 countries.
The products included toys, gifts, and household items that are handicrafted from natural materials such as sedge, rattan, bamboo, wool, and ceramic. Export revenue from the products grew about 9.5% per year to about $2.2 billion recently, making the products one of the 10 product groups with highest export revenue of Vietnam. The U.S. is the largest market of Vietnamese handicraft products, accounting for 35% of total export revenue. Vietnam first joined the biannual New York Now exhibition in 2004 as part of a national trade promotion program held by the Ministry of Industry and Trade.
Apple is in talk to make Apple watches and MacBooks in Vietnam for the first time, as the United States takes trying look to diversify production away from China, Nikkei Asia reported.
According to the newspaper, Apple suppliers Luxshare Precision Industry and Foxconn have started test production of the Apple Watch in northern Vietnam with the aim of producing the device outside of China. Regarding the production of MacBook, Apple has asked suppliers to set up a test production line in Vietnam. However, progress in moving mass production to the country has been slow, partly due to pandemic-related disruptions. Vietnam is already Apple's most important production hub outside of China, producing a wide range of flagship products for the American company, including iPad tablets and AirPods earphones. Apple has also continued to ship iPad production to Vietnam in an effort to diversify its production. In addition, the group is also in talks with suppliers to build a trial production line for its HomePod smart speaker in Vietnam.
Canadian travel publication The Travel has listed Ha Long Bay of Vietnam as one of the world's 10 most beautiful places in 2022.
The bay in the northern province of Quảng Ninh, together with Cambodia's Angkor Wat Temple complex, are the only two Southeast Asian representatives to break into the list. The best way to experience this mist-shrouded landscape is to board a junk and sail through the outstanding scenic beauty, the magazine said. The rising popularity of Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, has prompted travel agencies to develop a wide range of cruises from budget to high-end, including half-day and overnight trips, it added. The magazine also advised tourists to drop by Thiên Cung Heron Grotto, one of the biggest caves in Ha Long Bay, and Sừng Sốt Surprise Cave that give way to impressive sweeping views of the water below.
That's all for today on Binh Phuoc Radio, television station, and newspaper news. Once again, thanks for your watching and goodbye for now.